everybody, it's your girl Kimberly Spivey, and I'm back here with another video. Thank you for all the love support that you have been giving me. I know my videos are coming a little bit late, but I've been so busy in my time of life, and I'm so grateful for my business. So I wanted to give you a little feel about, this is a video about my post-grad life. And a lot of people that I know have been asking me about my post-grad life, and some of the even some young girls have been asking me, like, how's life been after post-grad? How's it changed? Is it different? Is it weird? It's still kind of being back in your parents' house because you're so used to being out and doing what you want to do, and I have all those questions to your answers. So let's get started. Okay, first question that I get frequently asked is, how has post-life been since you graduated? And honestly, post-life has been very different, I can say. I graduated about 4 months ago now. Woo, it don't seem real. And I'm very happy about my graduation. It was a long time coming. I was tired of school. As everybody always say, when you get to that period of senior year, you're always tired of being at school. And then when you're like sitting at home, you're like, man, I need something to do. Like, I could go call my friends and like, hey, let's hang out, let's do this. And most of my friends live back in Huntsville, and my sorority sister lives back in Huntsville. So I really don't have that many like, people that I hang out with. I have very few that live here. So it gets used to, and you live with your parents too, you get some kind of used to it too, because I lived in apartments back at Huntsville, and so I'll always, there's a party, let me go out, let me do this. And now that you're back at home, it's like, well, you gotta sit there and say, oh, I gotta give you a curfew, what time I'm coming home. My parents are the type of parents that will sit up and wait for me at times. And if it's like over a certain amount of time, they'll just go to sleep, and I'll just have to do everything and turn the alarm on and all that stuff. Whereas to where I'm at school and, like me and my roommate are both out, or I'm going somewhere. And it's like, I'll text my parents, be like, hey, I'm going here and this and that. I'll talk to you in the morning or something like that. As far as where now I'm back at home, and it's like my dad will wait up for me if it's like after 1 or something like that. And usually times parties start at like 10. Usually the party start at 10, but 10:30. But the parties really don't start to like really pop until like 12 o'clock, and you're just sitting there like, oh, okay, Whereas to where you're with your friends is different, because during that time period, especially if you're riding with them, that you don't know what time you're going to be home. And sometimes I think that parents have a difficulty that you can't control what you do with somebody else, because you're going to be somewhere and you be like, well, I have to call an Uber or something to get back home or something. It's just a lot of stress. But anyways, with that part, it's been getting... Right now, I don't really have a job in my field. I don't have a job in my field. Right now, I work at least 3 days a week. Right now, part-time. And on the days that I'm off, I'm usually helping people. I started my own business of social media where I help people who are trying to up their game in the social media world, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, even YouTube stuff. It doesn't really matter. And I've been trying to help them in the, times that I do have free time to, just spend my rights. And because my degree is in mass communication, I have a variety of like making sure that I just don't have to be in the journalism field, but I can also be in the social media field. And I'm very blessed to have that business right now. I'm always looking to upgrade my client list, so if you do know anybody, hit me up or something. If you need help, YouTube, I can always help you. I can. But no, and then on Fridays I start working at Blessed Beats radio station on the Not So Christian and Me show, and I'm their social media intern, which basically I just like give content, record them doing on their live for Instagram, Snapchat, or or Facebook, and sometimes I get to like jump into the conversation what they're having, but for the most part sometimes basically I'm just recording, helping them. Sometimes I go to different events that's happening around Houston, and I get to like record, or I do interviews for them, which is, I really appreciate that, because it gives me a sense of getting into that workflow of knowing that when I actually do get my job one day, that I'm going to have to be actually going out interviewing constantly, nonstop, every other weekend. These last couple months, I've been working entirely, which I'm thankful for. Like, I'm not complaining. It's just a lot sometimes, but I'm very, very happy and grateful because I'm doing something in my line of work. As if I wasn't, I'm just like, oh, well, ugh, I gotta get up to date. No, like, I enjoy going to different events and meeting people and having opportunities to say, hey, I'm with the Not So Christian Me show. Do you want to come on and I can help you? We can, have a segment for your book or anything that you do if you're a musician or anything like that. So I'm really appreciative of that entire thing. And, it's been going for me for post-grad. I say that to people that are about to graduate, because I know half of my friends, some of my friends are graduating, and people that I know are graduating in May. Really take the time to decide that what you're gonna do after post grad, because it can be a lot, because you get the same questions every single day, like, how's post grad, how are you doing, da 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 da. But I say you have to really, really focus on yourself. And then there's time period for me. I'm traveling more. I'm doing what I like to do, which is like record, go to different events, network, being able to be on like small parts of being on the radio, and actually being able to do more interviews lately. I've been doing that lately. So I say that you need to make sure that you are constantly, just making sure that you're applying, seeing your resumes out to more than one place. I know half of the time that people be like, oh, well, Houston got a lot to offer. It does. But recently someone just told me that it's kind of small to be in my area, in my field. So because of what I want to do. So I always expand my horizon, always try to work more as to just, work more to get into the field I want to get in, because it's hard to get in sometimes in the field that you want to be in. I think it's easier sometimes for different majors, but for mass communication, for me personally, it's a hard job, and you really have to dedicate yourself over and over again to not give up, because it's times where you do feel like, man, when's my break? When I'm going to get something? When's something going to happen? And you have to just be patient, because it's all going to work out in this process, but you have to be secure about it, and you have to be ready and willing and openly, to know what God's going to do in your life. And so I'm thankful for the people that I've met during these time periods of since January till now, April, new month, of having that experience of knowing that, hey, I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta keep, putting out, my resume, keep putting out videos. I have to keep working at this event, going to this event, connecting. It was a very difficult experience, but I'm very, very excited to see what God does in my life during this time period. Personally, because, it's, for what I want to do, it's a lot for me to do. And I have big plans for myself. So I just don't choose to give up or think negatively. I'm always encouraging my friends to do what they need to do. Get out there, apply, do this and that. Or when I see somebody that I don't even know, get the opportunity to have a job that they want in their field, in the same field that we're in. I'm always congratulating. I'm always saying, hey, congratulations, because I know my time is coming, and I want somebody to do the same thing for me. So yeah. Freshman advice. My freshman year, I'm gonna be completely honest, I think I just went there to have fun that whole year. Like, it really didn't matter to me about the grades and stuff. I guess during that time, because you're far away from home. One, you think you are. Two, you're gonna be like, oh, this is new, this is open, I've never been here, done this and that. And it's like, it's just a wide awakening for you to be like, oh, you're free by yourself, you don't know parents, you're in college, you can do what you want, you think you can do what you want. And freshman year, it was a difficult time for me. I'm not like, I was living it. I felt like I was just partying times. I would go this here, this, and there. I didn't have my car, so I would get some of my people that I knew from my classes to come pick me up and be like, "Hey, let's go do this and that." And it was difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It reflected my grades because I realized I had to step up my game. I had to separate myself from parties at times or the people that I hung out with because I was like, okay, I need to get my grades together. I need to get this back rolling because I just didn't at I felt honestly I didn't feel like I cared about my grades. And I was like, what is going on? This is college. I have to care. Like, I think it became more surreal when my parents got on me. My mom got on me about my grades. So I was like, oh, okay, this second time around, these next couple years, I have to do what I need to do because I can't mess around and, you know, mess around and not have the grades I want to have in my class. And after my load of like, I guess being away from home, doing what I want to do, sophomore, junior, senior, I stepped up my grades. I made sure that I got my B's, my A's. The one thing I don't like is having C's. Like, that messes up. I can see that if you're having a hard class and it's hard, the professor is so hard, and you get your C, because that has happened to me where I'm just like, I did all I can do. This hard class, I'm just going to accept the C, and you do because it's something you can do about it. You can try to, like, you know, get help, and then it's still like you think you did good on the test and you don't. But I realized I had to be focused and not so much of like, oh, like I have to get study groups. I started doing study groups, and any class I did, I had a study group. We made sure that, hey, you know, we're gonna do this right. We make sure we did our papers right. Like, we made sure to the fact that we all were in it together in some of my classes, and I'm thankful that I have my study groups because I made some friends out of those. You know, it's nothing wrong with having a study group, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Always ask for help. It's nothing wrong with it because they will help you. That's why you're in college, to learn, to grow. Ask for help. Seriously, people, ask for help because it goes a long mile way, you know, especially asking help from your professors. They may not always give you the right answers, but they may, you know, say, hey, Kimberly, you know, or anybody, I'm glad that you came to me. You know, people been saying they struggling with this whole test. I'm trying to figure out, you know, thank you for letting me have that, you know, opinion about the test. You know, this and that. You never know what the teacher may do. He may say, oh, you know, okay, let me help you out with your extra credit. You know, give extra credit. And always make sure to always do extra credit, no matter what. If it's going, extra credit could be simply going to a movie and an event at the school, and you have to write about it. Do that. Or make sure that, hey, if these people get this, you do this on the survey thing, you get extra 5 points. Always do your extra credit because that does help you in the long run. I always make sure that I did my extra credit because, you know, I still wanted my 5 points to up my grade to 8. You know, and never know. Because some classes don't give you extra credit, but always take the advantage of doing extra credit because that does help you, people. It really does. Roommates. My first roommate was on the dance team at Sam, and I thought we were cool. I don't know what happened. She I texted her right before winter break that I was leaving for winter break, my freshman year, and she never said anything that she was moving or leaving, and she ended up leaving. And I ended up finding another roommate. Well, they gave me another roommate. Her name was Kiana. And Kiana is still one of my good friends today. We still talk. Whenever she's in town, she'll sometimes stay with me. If I'm in town, her town, I'll go stay with her. Like, I'm thankful that I always say that you have, you know, make sure that you don't always have to run with your friends. Sometimes you can expand your horizons and, you know, have that sensibility to be like, okay, well, you know, let me try to make a new friend. because they end up becoming some of your lifetime friends. You never know. But she is really, truly one of my lifetime friends. So I could say that when I get married, I will have her at my wedding. But, no. Honestly, when it came to, like, friends and stuff like that, I'm never for drama. I'm never is. Like, if you want drama, keep it over there. Like, it's just, I've never been the type of person to be like, let me girl, da, da, da. No, like, if we don't have drama between us, like, you gotta give me a reason why. Or if you start talking to me, I'm like, sometimes I'll be like, okay, what happened? Let me figure it out. And then after a while, you get tired of doing that. And I had to go through an experience like that where it was just random, where I thought me and this girl was, you know, friends, and we were just chilling, hanging out. And the next thing you know, she just stopped talking to me. And I was like, why you stop talking to me? And she never replied back. She never said why she did the certain things that she did. And to this day, I'm always trying to figure out what she did, like what happened. And till this day, she still, like, we'll still talk at times. But she, you know, it was just a different thing. Like, oh, I thought we were cool. We're hanging out all the time. You know, you was become one of my closest friends. I would always hang out, and then next thing you know, you just up and disappear. And it was hard learning that, you know, you have to be able to have that ground of where, okay, everyone's not your friend in college, and you have to choose your friends wisely, because people can turn on you that quickly in a blink of an eye, and you don't even realize, and you don't even know why. And I think that most people don't think that happens, and it does, because you're gonna be sitting there like, okay, what did I do? How I get here? What? You know, you're trying to have all these questions in your mind about what's going on, but you don't realize it. So you always have to be mindful of the people that you put in your circle. You truly do. And my circle is very small. I'm going to be honest. I have about maybe, I have my friends, some friends in Huntsville, and I have some friends here in Houston. And I grew some of my high school friends, so it's like, it's no harm in them. I still, you know, we'll still see each other on social media. I'm always there to be like, hey girl, looking good, or hey, I'm so happy for you, da, da, da. I'm always like that, because it's always been me. But it's okay to outgrow your high school friends. And it's okay to outgrow some people, because you're learning who you want to be and who you want around your circle. Because everyone's not there for you. Everyone's not going to have the same aspect of you, or have the same mindset as you, or even be there to support you. Because that's true. If some people are not going to be there to support you, then it's okay. Like, sometimes it's okay to have, you know, your privacy, or your alone time, or, you know, your self-worth, because it's a lot you can deal in college with. So, you know, and also, I've always turned to, my faith has grown so much higher since I've been in college. I've leaned on God more times than I leaned on anybody else. I have talked with him, you know, he listens, he understands, you know, all that. And I just feel like it grew me closer to God. And it grew me into a time period that I had to self-evaluate myself, and I still am, about the choices I make and the decisions I make when it comes to friends, life, family, and all that stuff. So I always say that you have to be having a open mind about things, and always making sure that you are, you know, being aware of how you treat people, how you act towards people, because people take stuff a lot hardly, and some people take stuff a lot, and you just be like, okay, I didn't realize that hurt you, or this and that. Or, you know, you have to be mindful of what you say to people, because you never know the situation they're going through, and you have to realize that, you know, everyone's going through something, they just might not tell it. So, yeah. Everyone wants to know my major. Okay, so my major is multi-platform journalism with a minor in political science. So with that being said, my degree takes me a lot of places. It doesn't have to be just journalism. It can be behind the scenes, front of the scenes, you know, communications, anything like that. I chose multi-platform journalism because of, you know, what I want to do with my life. I realized at a young age what I wanted to do. I was so fascinated with, you know, journalism, being in front of the camera, doing this and that. That has been my goal since, like, day one. I had other dreams, other plans, but that was just like, okay, Kimberly, You gotta taste what it feel like, do it. And I chose my minors to be political science because I knew that one day I do want to get into politics. That is something that I truly love, and it's truly something that I don't mind talking about, because I can talk about stuff. So it's like, let me get into something that I enjoy. So, if ever the case, if I wanted to join CNN, yes, I'm shouting out CNN, that I can be a part of that, and I would love to be a part of that, to be able to have a platform for my voice, because it's not that many people that want to be into politics, but it is what it is. But yeah, so with my degree, I want to be an entertainment journalist. I've been wanting that for a long time. It's something that I go and aim to every single day. And I apply for everything that I can apply for that's in the entertainment world. I don't mind, having to have an opportunity to, hey, let me go to your place and, let me go to this show or something like that. I don't mind doing those type of things. I would love to be in the radio field first and get my way up into TV. That is something that I've thought about because of, I always take examples of Lala Anthony or Terrence J, because Terrence J was in radio first. Then he went on to be a TV personality from 106 Park to E! News. And I was like, okay, Terrence, that's something I look for. Or Lala, she was in radio. And then she got into TV. And then it was like, okay, from then on out, she's acting now. Because in the long term, after my journalism career, I do want to get into acting. That's something that I have been passionate about. And it's something I've been wanting. So, yeah, it's just knowing what you really truly want to do with your life, because it's sometimes hard trying to figure out what you want to do in college, because it's so many things you could do. It really is. And sometimes if you just sit there and think about it, your mind just go, ugh, all the time. And then you're just sitting there and changing your majors every single time. And it's like, okay, I gotta find something that's right for me. That's something that's gonna help me. That's not gonna hurt me, Like, I have to find something that's gonna make me get up out of bed every morning and enjoy it. Not, oh, I gotta go to work today and I gotta sit here and go through all this. Because people do that. I feel like I've seen people that don't like their job and then they stay in it just because of the money. I'm like, I feel like you should do something you love every single day, regardless of the money. Yes, I like money and you like money, but I don't want to be miserable in my job and you be sitting there like, you're just sitting there, because it's like, you're just miserable, and nobody should feel that pain every single day about their job. So, yeah. So make sure to always choose something that you really enjoy in your life, that you see yourself doing in the long term. Not something that you just be like, well, okay, it is what it is. Like, that's something I choose not to do with my life. I choose to always make sure that I'm, getting the best of what my college degree paid for me. So, just having that experience and learning that, make sure to choose your major that you want to choose, not what somebody else doing. Do something you love, because at the end of the day, that's your whole agenda, is to do something you love. Make the best of it and make some money out of it, to be honest. So. Okay, the question was my advisors helpful when it comes to picking out courses? Honestly, my advisors were helpful. I go to the Career Counselor Center, and they sat there, and it's different when you're not in your communication field counselor center, because sometimes it's different from what the regular counselor says. But my counselor that did it for me was very helpful. I can always email him and say like, hey, can you look up this class or something, just to make sure that, if it's still there, or if I'm trying to apply for a class, to like type it in, email him real quickly. My advisors were very helpful in general to get me the courses that I needed. I would say make sure that you do go to your advisors, and make sure that you do go to your department or your head chairman or whatever that you have at your school, because they are helpful. They will help you out. People think that, oh, you know, these people not gonna help me. They don't know nothing. No, they'll help you. They'll get you on the right track. You just have to be patient and realize that, you know, you got to figure out what you want to do with your life. And because some people change up their majors all the time, I didn't really do that. I mean, when I was younger, I wanted to be a teacher, which was because I saw my grandmother was a teacher. I thought, I'm gonna be a teacher. Then I kind of started, you know, looking. I was like, oh, that's not for me. But then I wanted to be an engineer. I was like, you know, engineers get that big money. You know, it's very rare for a Black African American female to be an engineer. It's very rare in my family. And I was like, maybe. And then I realized the math part about it. I was like, that's not really for me. And then I was like, okay, well, let me get into this field that I'm really passionate about. And I wanted to be a journalist. But I want to be entertainment part because that is something that I have been doing since I was like younger in my generation. My mom said that I used to mock one of my play sisters all the time when she used to do the news for the church. And I was for my church, and I was like, I did? I don't remember that. And then I just realized, like, I might need to do what I feel like I love. And I will always just be like, oh, I'm in my mirror. Oh, I'm Kimberly Spy reporting from E! News or Extra or whatever, you know, this, and that, and practicing and realizing that, hey, it's something I like to do. That I would see that and I would tell my mom something about, hey, you know, this girl over here was, you know, she was doing this with this person, this, blah, 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 blah. You know how people say all the stuff. And I would just keep going on. And I was just like, I need to get in the field that I'm very passionate about and something I want to do every day that fills my joy, that doesn't make me like, oh, I gotta go to work today, make me have that type of fear. So, yeah, sorry. But anyway, I think that you should personally be able to talk to your advisors. They're there to help you. My advisors were helpful to me in picking the classes that I needed to take. So definitely talk to your advisors. Or, you know, sometimes I used to talk to people that were in different classes that I knew that I kind of wanted to sign up for, and they were older. So half the time I had classes with a lot of people that were older than me, and I had the same classes with them. So I always get their advice like, hey, do you think I should take this class? Or this, and that. Or, hey, do you know, like, is this class so good enough? And they will always be open to answering the questions. Or sometimes always go to talk to the professor. He's there for a reason. He can talk to you. He can advise you like, hey, do you think this class is very helpful for you doing what you need to do? So, yeah. The environment around my school. My environment was always peaceful. I never had problems. Most of the time, my freshman year, I was getting to know people, you know, learning about them, all that stuff. I had a roommate. We were I thought we were cool. You know, she kind of up and disappeared on me, but I had a next roommate who turns out to be still one of my closest friends that I had to this day. But my environment was really, I say it was okay because Huntsville to me, Sam Houston was like Manville a little bit because everyone knew each other and everyone in Manville somehow know each other. We all know each other. I don't get that part because we're a small town. So it was like Manville was a small town in itself because there's not that much to do. It really isn't. There's times where the movie dated $5 and down the street about $10 at the Cinemark, and you'd be like, oh, it's too much. But you know, St. Houston was small, and my environment, the people I hung around was very small, and I didn't really, I mean, I knew people. I got to know more people when I joined the sorority, because, like, everybody was like, oh my God, Kimberly, you're 7-Gamma, da-da-da, and I was like, hey. Like, when you first join the sorority, you're just gonna be sitting there like, who are these people? Because, like, everybody's gonna congratulate you for everything that you do. But, my environment was always, it was like what it is. I just said, like, it was small. You know, I knew people, but, you know, for the most part, I would just be like, let me go do my homework. Let me do this, and that. You know, I would go to different events that they had. But for, like, my senior year, for the most part, I was to myself a little bit. Like, I kind of isolated myself for some reason. I know, because I was ready to get up out of there. But, you know, the other years that I've been at school, You know, my environment was always safe. I really didn't have no problems. When stuff come up, I'd be like, wait, where was I? Because that never happened to me. Um, yeah, so. Definitely get into organizations, get into clubs. Make sure that you have all that on your resume and stuff because people look for that. People people in jobs look for you doing other things that you're not other things that college is just going to class. Make sure that you have that, you know, different clubs or different stuff that you're doing in school on your resume because it takes you a long way in life if you have those sorts of things. I'm gonna be honest. Some of the I was in, you know, the National Broadcast Society, and I think the first year I was going, but after I joined the sorority, it became a little difficult at times to try to go to some stuff, and then I kind of got back into it my senior year of going to the National Association of Black Journalists. Their meetings, I ended up going because my friend was going, so I was like, let me go with her. But try to keep in mind to always be in organizations and be in different clubs because that takes you a long way too. Um, Always do your research about what clubs you're going into because you just don't want to join something because everyone else joined. I've seen many times people go to stuff, they just go on because my friend came. Like, do stuff that you love. That if you're doing music, get into the music program. If you're doing something with acting, get into the acting thing. If you're doing something with photojournalism, get into that. Or photography, get into the photography club. Because I think there's different clubs for every major. You just have to find the right club that's for you and that fits you and that works with you too. Because, you know, most of the club meetings are on Tuesdays at 5:30. You know, some people have class, some people don't. So make sure that, you know, go to the meetings, check it out, see for yourself. Don't go because your friend doesn't go. Many times people do that. So be sure to always make sure that you are finding something that fits you and fits your major or something that it may not be in your major, but do something that you may be outside your box and expand your horizons. I joined my sorority, Sigma Gamma Rho Kappa Mu chapter in 2016, fall 2016. And my life has changed for the better. I've connected to so many people that I never thought I could connect with. Many people ask me all the time, like, oh, why did you choose Sigma Gamma Rho, this, and that. So, here's the story. When I was little, about 6th, 7th grade, I went to Kip Spirit, and one of my teachers was a Sigma Gamma Rho, you know, member. And at the time, I was 6th grade, 7th grade. So we had this it was called the Roar Club. It was, you know, the basic junior thing where you just do, you know, you get to go to conferences, you know, you get to do some community service, you know, you get recognized, all that stuff. So I ended up doing that. And I remember just thinking, like, the love that these ladies have for each other, the love that you see when you put your royal blue and gold on, and you be like, yes, like everything, like the young people that came up when I was still younger, and like seeing them now and just having like the colors on and, you know, steps, and y'all, they be acting a fool, which during our conferences, which was so funny to me because, you know, it's just something like you never get to experience that from when you're in a sorority, you know, especially me because I don't have sisters and I always wanted sisters. So I do have that experience in our lifetime, but it was just so like, oh my goodness, y'all came out. I was so excited, but it was just like, I have to be in the sorority. I don't see myself ever being any other colors. And, you know, when I got to college, I tried in my freshman year, and to be honest, it was kind of difficult. So my sophomore year, I tried it to get in, and I got in, you know. But I will always say that you need to look at your options of what sorority you truly want to be in. I always say don't choose a sorority, or don't choose a sorority that your parents are forcing you to be in, or choosing something that you know you're not really going to enjoy, because it's going to be hard on you to like make commitments and stuff if you're not enjoying the sorority you're at. And I always say that always make sure that, you know, you do your research on the sororities that you want to choose. If it's AK, if it's Delta, if it's Sigma Gamma Rho, the Zeta, all that stuff. Do your research because it's important. Because you want to know what you're getting yourself into. It's different if you never been in like the junior club or something like that, and you're just picking something because everyone else is doing it. That's not gonna help you. You need to make sure you do your research, because half the time it's like when you get in there, you're gonna be like, what was this? This wasn't a part of the plan. This wasn't what I researched. This not what y'all said, because you have to be able to do your research. But yeah, so when I joined, when I was in Royal Club, I experienced a lot. I got to go to New Orleans. I got to it was like chapter here in Houston, stuff like that. So I was in their pageants. That was something I'm very passionate about. And I ended up winning. I ended up going to the national for it, and, getting money out of it, getting, all that stuff. And it was a very cool experience. I remember being in New Orleans, true story. I remember being in New Orleans for the pageant, the national pageant. And I met MC Light, because she was the speaker for our pageant. And I was like, I love MC Light. And to know that she was a soror was amazing. Because I remember she read my my introduction stuff that, they list off when you introduce yourself in pageants. They were like, she was like, man, she doing a lot. And I was like, Missy said that. Okay. But it was a really cool experience. But like I said, stay true to your heart of who you want to be with. Don't be getting into sororities because you see everybody else getting into, or getting into some of your favorites, because it's not all that's amped up to be at times. That you have to put in work. You have to pay your dues. You have to do this. You have to go to different events. It's not always, we're going to party, we're going to live it up. It's not always that. It's a work that has to be done into you being in a sorority. So always check your options and do your research, people. Hey everyone, thank you so much for taking this time to enjoy this little college advice video that I've done. If you have any more questions or anything, always feel free to comment below. I can always answer them in another video. I can follow up another video after 6 months if I'm doing stuff like that, which I probably am. And I just want to thank everyone for tuning in, and please hit the subscribe button down below and follow me. Follow my Instagrams, follow my Twitters, follow my Snapchat. Thank you so much, and more videos to come. Thank you.